Hey everyone, just wanted to reach base tonight. This is our very first Microtech Marfione Customs, Anthony Marfione Podcast, and we have an extremely special guest tonight. I have the absolutely lovely Jamie Villamor.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. This is so cool. I love your setup. It's amazing.
This is really, really neat. The guys did a absolute fantastic job, so I continue to thank our crew. I mean, between Nick, Carla, and Ridge and everybody else just putting this together, it's been a lot of fun.
They're so awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me in your home. It's freaking beautiful and amazing.
Thank you very much.
It's like a freaking castle.
It seems quite castle-like at times.
I mean, I love it. I love it. So what are we drinking here?
Oh, tonight we decided we were doing just a little bit of cooking. I know the girls have done a great job today doing a photo shoot. And for me, putting out fires at Microtech, but we are drinking a Camus Select 2017. Probably one of my more favorite wines. You know, I've tried so many, and there's big and small.
Okay.
I've traveled the world, so when you get an opportunity to try some different wines of different tastes, it's just I gravitate around the ones that I really like the most.
And your
this
favorite?
Is Camus Select. I hate to say it.
Okay.
I don't hate to say it. I love to say it because I've actually visited the vineyard in California and had an opportunity to see the winery, and it's a pleasure to see. But this particular, bottling, however, whether it be the Camus Select or any of the Camus for that matter, I've often gone to different places, Magnum, small, whatever, and sometimes you open them up, you try them, and they're good. If not, I've had other brands where I've had to send them back to the kitchen, whether it was a broken cork for, because of bad luck, or if the wine come out, it happens. But I've never in my life have had a bad bottle of Camus.
Okay, so tell me, because I'm not a drinker, so a lot of my fans know that I'm not a big drinker, but occasionally I don't mind trying.
Sure.
But I will say every time I'm with you, for some reason, it's no lie, this guy always has Camus, and I'm like, that's pretty fucking amazing. So I didn't know, though, if the cork breaks, then you send it back.
For me, it's just, I was told it's, I follow traditions quite interesting, and maybe it's just me, but if you break the cork, on doing this at the table, it's going back. It's bad luck.
Okay.
It's bad luck.
Well, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers to the
Cheers,
Camus?
and thank you. Welcome.
Salud.
Salud.
To your first podcast.
Yes. That is so good.
It's delicious. My lips are on the cup.
Excellent.
Woo! Okay, so what's in the makes for you? What do you have upcoming that you're really excited about? I love your brand.
We're really excited. We take day by day. I mean, you never know what in today's climate and things, but just for us, day to day, week to week, we do plan long range. But right now, what we're extremely excited about, as far as Microtech's concerned, is we will be attending the Blade Show, which is in Texas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
We're excited about this show. It's the ICCE show. And last year when we attended, it was a bomb. We had a great time, well received, connecting with the customers, and we very much look forward to this venue. It's probably one of my more favorite shows.
Okay.
Favorite state,
What
too.
do you feel sets this one apart from the other shows?
Again, it's being held by, the folks from Blade Show that have done a great job. Alicia has been spearheading this forever, and she takes very, very good care of us.
Yeah.
She cares about the industry. She's a patriot. And but just the way that they've advertised the event, but the Texans they love knives, they love their country, they love everything. And it was probably one of the better pleasurable experiences. And then, that area in Fort Worth where we're having it, you have the stockades and you have a lot of very, very interesting old school things to see. So just the whole trip is fantastic.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what we have to start.
I've been on a few trips with you to a few of the shows, and I will say I think it's pretty outstanding that everyone knows you and literally loves you. So I think it's really cool that the families come and people are super excited. So I love to see you with the babies and the kids.
Absolutely.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, we enjoy ourselves, and that's one of our biggest things, and one of our advocates that we have going forward is just connecting with our customers.
Yeah.
We find that still going to the shows, whether they're large or small, It's the best way to get that little bit of face to face. A lot of people have that misconception how these knives are made, or anything in general.
I have to say,
you have to
I'm
see.
one of them.
You're experiencing that now, and
Yes.
you're going to continue to work on the shop and work on the bench. Whether we have super high tech or whether it's the handwork or that little bit of elbow grease, there are so many processes that go into this knife, and
Yes.
getting that human connection, I feel, is probably the most important thing as far as business is concerned, because this is a large family to me.
I can see that.
It's on a global level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll admit something. When I first of all, when we first met, which was like, I want to say 2-3 years ago, when we were introduced, we talked a little bit about like collaborating, and I remember saying to you, well, I want to learn how to make the blades. And you kind of laughed at me like, okay. And then, we kind of like went our separate ways, and then we connected again, and you were like, you know what? I'm going to show you how to make them. Yeah. And I was so freaking excited, but it wasn't until I started making them that I was like, no fucking wonder why he laughed at me. It's literally no joke. And for everyone that's complained about the price, what did I tell you once I got towards the end of my blade? Which I will tell you guys, I haven't fucking finished it yet. But do you remember what I said to you the last time I was in there? I was in the shop, you guys, until like 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, these should be like 10 times more money.
You did say that.
Because how long it's taking me to create my first freaking blade.
I know. And, at the end of the day, a lot of elbow grease. You did wonderfully, working through your tutorial, and I look forward to working on some more stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not, I don't want to say that making the knives or any of this type of craft is impossible. I mean, there's much more. It's not rocket science, but, if somebody has the patience to learn, the patience to try, you'll never know what kind of talent you can manifest until you sit down and actually do it.
Yeah.
So it makes me happy that I could share what I've learned over the years.
I was like honored to even learn by you and be showed by you. So I'm super grateful for that. And I haven't finished it yet, you guys, but I'm almost there. But I respect the craft and your brand so much more, having actually been behind the bench and putting the hours in my blades. So
that's awesome. That's
really
awesome.
excited.
And I'm never a betting man. I only bet unless I win. But I'm going to say you're going to be able to see Jamie's first blade at the ICE convention in Fort Worth in March. Yeah. So that'll be on display there. So definitely check it out. I am impressed. So the work, even first out the gate, if you have that level of dedication and just patience, you could certainly dominate this craft.
And how long has your son worked with you?
Oh my God.
Because I saw him on the grinder.
Since he was, maybe 5 years old.
Them.
And, so Sean, all my kids actually in general have worked within the business. My son, Tony, and his awesome wife, Jessica, went off. They broke off and did their own company called Heretic. But I'm extremely proud of them. The work that they're doing is bar none. It makes me happy. I wish they would work a little bit less. But, you got to get it.
He's probably taking after you.
Yeah, I mean, totally. But my son, Tony, since he was just a kid, it was from picking up cigarette butts out to the outside. And then, of course, engineering and making his own crafts and manufacturing. So, but all the kids grew up, we grew up together because we had them young.
Yeah.
So we had an opportunity to not only grow with our kids, but share our business. So, of course, Tony makes an unbelievable businessman and an unbelievable knife maker, just an unbelievable friend, brother, just father, the whole ball of wax. What a great guy. And you could just attribute that down to Sean, Adam, Sydney. They all have their own personalities, a little bit similar. Tony, similar to his sister, and vice versa. And then, of course, Adam and, Sean being just that little introverted, but super smart and super genuine.
Yeah.
So, having Sean at the factory, I hope he'll succeed me one day. I believe he will, and he's ready. So
I saw him like working on the
just
bench,
a madman.
and he's
a
like,
madman. Yeah, he's so driven. Yeah,
like some people sit on the bench and they just get it. And he was definitely one of those. And you were
Absolutely.
saying he blows through.
It's
Like,
amazing
do
the
you think
amount of
he's
work he
quicker
does.
than
It's
you?
almost robotic.
Yeah.
It's just like, are
That's
you
what I
even
thought.
real? So I thought I've, ground a lot of blades in my life, but Sean, we have a documentation, and I want to do one of those podcasts or do something on the life of this kid's work. But the amount of work that he does and he produces, I'm very proud.
Yeah.
I'm very proud, and he's proud because he does this for him, but he does it for his family too. And
Yeah.
he does it for this business. So I'm proud of him.
That's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was like still working on mine, and I'm like, how many have you done over there? And he was like, I've been doing this a long time. I'm like, all right, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks.
But at the end of the day, if you look at your blade, the geometry, all the work that you did is
Yeah.
on level.
I'm really excited.
So you took it through every instruction carefully and diabolically, and which I totally appreciate that. For some, it wouldn't be the first one that I've taught how to do it,
Yeah.
but I'm going to say that you're one of the very, very first that went from 0 to 100 miles an hour with the blade that they worked on. Yes, it's only one, and it took a while, but it would pass grade for anything that I can do, or even Sean can do for that matter. So I mean that wholeheartedly, and I mean that when anybody looks at the blade, they'll look at the geometry, the polish, everything else. They'll have to give you some kudos because those were your hands. A little bit of my teaching, but those were your hands. So, we know in an arts and crafts type things like this, or any type of instance where we have this level of work, you have to understand that, for my time, even only, I would never spend my time or let you waste your time. I would carefully, as you've been my friend, I would advise you to say, hey, maybe this is not for you.
Yes.
Maybe it's just totally not for you. And
Yeah.
it's not that I would be talking you down from that, but you definitely have that inner drive to do this craft. If you wanted to make knives and make it at the level where we're at, you could do this if you really wanted
Thank you,
to. And I
Tony.
believe that that's the case. So I'm interested to see how far you're willing to take this.
Yeah, it's been an adventure for sure, and I'm really, really excited about it, and I'm excited to see what we do next. Which one do you have here? Let's see this one.
Just one of my carry pieces. It's just a Dirac Delta. It's one of I guess they call it the Shadow series. Nothing special about it. I grabbed one at one of the shows, but I love the Dirac, but all DLC.
Yeah, let's see.
What a bad bitch.
They're all
love that thing. Yeah, they're badass.
Exciting.
Everybody knows in the industry that my go-to is a Combat Troton, but man, Combat Troton fans, don't be felt left out. This Dirac has kind of won my heart for one of my EDCs that I carry
this.
almost every day. So, yeah.
And you were in the shop serrating.
I was,
Today. That was pretty awesome.
Paula, who heads up the new e-commerce site, we're waiting to get the new serrated pieces in from Reich, and it's taken some time because the first bit of serrations they did were not perfect, and I was like, dude, man, you can't put budget tires on the frickin' Ferrari here, so they're like, fine, they're like, just send me what the fuck you want, and we'll duplicate you. I was like, good. That's the way to be thinking. And
I saw, okay,
yes. So Paula came back and she's like, Tony, Mr. Marfione, I need some serrated knives. And I was like, okay, we'll figure something out. She goes, I got an idea. Would you do them? I'm like, well, I can. And I go, what's your thinking? She goes, it would be really nice. She goes, it would be a really good give back to all your fan base out there if you were to touch these pieces yourself. And I'm like, wow. I get that. I'll do them. So for the last week, I do between, the first batch they had me do about 70. The next batch was like 30 at a time. I can manage that. Mm-hmm. It's not that difficult. And they have me sign the boxes. So I think that's a cool thing. That kind of helps cultivate that earlier dealer. I mean, everybody could really afford this piece for what it is. But it allows that person to say, hey, look, as a collector and as a fan of our work and our company and our family, it was just a little something. And I liked Paula's approach. It wasn't like, well, we need these just because we need to fill these orders.
Yeah.
She's like, connect with these people a little bit. And I'm like, that's been our mission all along.
I feel like your staff does an amazing job of that. Even
they really do.
Like packaging orders. You guys had a Valentine's sale, so the orders were literally stacked to the ceiling. So I got in there and I thought it was like really cool that I mean, clearly you get hundreds of orders, so it's impossible, but I love some of the like little handwritten, like, hey, thanks for your order. I feel like stuff like that goes a long way, and I thought that was really cool.
It really does, and I hope that we could always have that touch, because I still think that, you know, with today's climate, everything else, you know, keep your social distance. I get it. But that connection that you can make with a customer, even by, like you say, just saying a simple thank you, a handwritten note, means the world to most folks. It means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I'm starting to find out as I get a little bit older that the more simpler things in life is what I'm after.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, a simple gesture like that. And I've had to learn that. A lot of people know I'm a real fucking asshole, but, you know, I do it because I care. Guys, look it. I have a soft side. Trust me, I do.
Yeah.
But, you know, in business, you know, you have to be where you need to be. You know, we haven't gotten this far by selecting, you know, the worst employees. I mean, Microtech's successful because we have the best people, but still at the same day, as, you know, as the leader of my outfit, I care about each and every one of these families. So yes, I do fight aggressively for this business, just like you would fight for anything good in your life. Yeah. So, you know, love to hate me or whatever, you know, we're here to stay, and I'm going to continue to do the right thing for this organization and these people.
I love it. Yeah. And then being a competitive shooter myself, you have a pretty outstanding collection.
Yes. You know, for a lot of folks that know me personally, they know that I've, you know, been involved in the firearms industry over the course of my lifetime. You know, that's what brought me to where I am today. And I've had an opportunity to meet some great people. But yes, I've been collecting firearms. This is not the last gun collection or the first one, but, you know, I've dabbled with it across an entire lifetime for as long as I can own guns. I've been involved on the NFA and all that sort of side. But I'd say, yeah, I mean, I dig it. Yeah. It's my kung fu.
And I saw you shoot a 3-gun match, so I'm hoping to maybe shoot my first one with you this year.
Oh my God, I hope so, because you know, we do have all the different competitions, and I know you've had a great run doing what you're doing, and I would love to see you join us, because we need more influential women like yourself, you know, supporting these groups.
I shoot pistol guys, so when I saw him shoot the 3-gun, I was like, whoa.
You know, it is tricky, and practice makes perfect. You know, I could imagine. I mean, there's folks that we both know that this is what they do for a living. You know, that's their job. They have to perform. And I think the 3-gun is just the same thing. If you could do it safely without injuring yourself or anybody else, it's probably one of the best sports I've ever been involved in. And I've met some wonderful people, but I look forward to having you shoot a match. The last ones that you attended, I again commend you, because, you know, for most folks that know, to go to these matches, you have to, you know, while you're waiting, while your squad's running or whoever's running, you have to paste and reset and all that. You know, Jamie was out there. I give her some kudos, because that's the thing that most people kind of hate the most. She spent her entire time out there supporting our crews, and we thank you for that. You know, going out and resetting and repasting and doing that sort of shit. That's the stuff that people, just a lot of them that are really good, usually won't even do it. But, you know, we all try to participate, and we thank you for that. And that just shows the heart. But I think from a competitive level, I think you would do well. You know, I know you shoot pistol extremely well, but I've seen you shoot rifle too. I've seen you shoot machine guns. You know, I see how you handle yourself. I think if you just applied the same discipline that you've earned over the years for yourself on any one of these platforms, you would hold your own.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I believe that.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I think I'm going to get my Cobalt a little dirty this year, and we'll figure out a good shotgun.
Oh my God, tell me about, well, you know, we'll talk about the shotguns next, but I do want to say Cobalt.
Yes.
You know, Aaron has been unbelievable to, you know, Microtech, myself, yourself.
Yes.
And, you know, I am Aaron Quinn. I thank you, bro. If you're listening, or if you get a chance to listen to this, I love you to death. Thank you for sponsoring us and our friends. You know, we hope that we can honor you this year with some of the competitions, but they've done a wonderful job. You know, the owners of this organization, I think, are in it again because they have that vision. So I'm excited. You should get that Cobalt out and burn it down, Jamie, because you can.
I'm excited. Yeah, I got to get a little training in, but maybe we can do that a little bit in March.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, figure out a good shotgun.
Busy month, because we got, you know, the front end of the first part of that month is going to be celebrating our very special friend, Sebastian Berengi. Yes. And we're really excited about his birthday. So we'll get that. But yes, training, all these matches are starting to come up. So we have a schedule running soon. The Pro-Am, you have the 3-Gun Memorial, which is an unbelievable organization. And that was probably, by the way, was one of the funnest matches that I had with you guys outside of the airplane eating Twizzlers and taking pictures and all that shit. That was the most exhilarating rush I've ever had, is getting out of the cockpit and doing that run and gun shit down the aisleway. That was amazingly clever. But
all their stages were very creative.
Intense. They were very creative, very creative.
We don't shoot matches like that, or I should say we don't shoot stages like that.
Right.
And I'm all over the world, so a majority of my matches are shot overseas in Europe and Asia.
Yeah.
And they did an amazing job at the stages. It
Absolutely.
I got a little excited.
I know.
I was like, wow.
But getting back to that shotgun, what I was going to recommend too is, a majority of us have a ton of experience with, the Benelli brand. We highly recommend you just go with an M2 and let us customize it for you. So we got guys within our group, that could do stippling, Cerakotes, just about any custom work, but we could set that gun up to balance for you, get it dialed in. But I'm going to recommend the M2 for you for 3-gun for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. You'll never be disappointed. You'll never be disappointed in that respect.
I feel like a few people have mentioned that one.
Yeah, it's a good one, and you can go as weirded out as you need to, but I think as far as a performance shotgun, and the way that it's ported, we could show you how to either quad load, whether it's your off or weak hand. It's customizable, but my experience has always been with Benelli, even since I was a kid, when they used to import them in through HK. Those were the choice of law enforcement and everybody, and the Benelli stands out above, I believe, all other tactical shotguns.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, you guys heard it here first. I'm excited. we'll see how it goes.
You know what? Seeing the way that you've shot, seeing how competitive you are, and everything, I think you're. Don't give yourself enough credit. I think you'll do well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm excited for sure. So what else do you have going on?
What else we have going on? Well, looking into this year, we're looking at some great things. As far as production, we have another location opening up, which is going to expand the business tremendously. We have some plans for our northern plant in Bradford. I guess we're going to be building them a building as well. We're very excited about that expansion. So this year's probably the biggest thing is for Microtech, I think as an organization, did you just get its shit together from an administrative level in a more hearty way? So, a lot of people, we get it. I know you want new models, you want new tech, everything else. I could assure you that we have a few things that we will release this year that will blow your damn doors off. But, we want to just make sure that, again, we connect with our customers. We connect with our employees the same way. What's the basis of success? If we can connect with our customers, connect with our employees, and then, all the other stuff will follow. It's, that's probably going to be our biggest thing, is just getting our organization as high and tight as possible, because, for us, it's about retaining the good people we have. And then, of course, having a place where we want to be able to attract that new talent. It's got to be able to be attractive. You see in today's economy, jobs, you can't buy jobs.
Yeah.
So you gotta make the place attractive to work. So that's our biggest focus this year. For if I had to say 2022 is just getting our shit together across the board for our people and our customers. And we got a couple tricks up our sleeve, I guarantee you.
Do you see more hires this year for Microtech?
New hires, we have a lot of different department areas open because we're multiplying some shifts and we have some space. So, Melinda, who you've met, Gennaro,
I love Melinda.
The greatest HR lady in the planet.
Yes.
She's in our corner, but we're also in your corner, Melinda, if you're listening. But never had a lady that could do such a wonderful job with managing a great group of men and women, because these 170 families we have working for us now, those are our families.
Yeah.
Once people get the opportunity and we get the opportunity to bring in this type of talent, they manifest themselves rather quickly, so it's not like you have to be in a certain spot. For certain benefits, yes, but, we pay the best pay, we have the best, what we have available to us for the best benefits for health and eyes and teeth and everything else. We feel that that's a nice benefit, and we don't even split that in half. We pay that directly.
Yeah.
That's our added on bonus is we pay that full and benefit to our employees as well.
I love that.
So we hope to continue to grow our family, but
I've seen growth since I've
oh
been
my
here,
God,
so I
absolutely.
think it's amazing.
And we've been extremely blessed to surround ourselves, because a lot of people say, man, they're like, oh, Tony Marfione, oh my God, you're so successful, everything else. And I'm like, look, great, yes, I've put in my dues, but why is Microtech a success? The claim to fame to Microtech's success is its people. Is the people within the organization that make this happen. Yes, I'm a visionary, I'm a dreamer of dreams, whatever else, however you want else to say it. But, I've been able to surround ourselves and surround our organization with some unbelievable talent. And that's where it's going to take us to the next level. So we're excited. And that's why I said, even working with you, this is the kind of caliber that I want. I want the best of the best. And you are the best of your trade. So thank you for working with us. I'd have never dreamed years ago that we'd ever have an opportunity, but where we're going in the directions of different brands and things, we want the best people representing our company. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the support across the board. So everyone's been amazing. So, and just like I said, the process that goes behind these knives that you guys make, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to learn, because it's a newfound respect.
Absolutely.
110%, so.
Absolutely. And we do appreciate that. And I personally look forward to seeing what you have to come up. And like I said, we're going to get an opportunity. Jamie and I are going to get an opportunity to get a little bit more time on the bench. And if we can get that pulled through, then you could definitely take a look at those when we go up to the Fort Worth Blade Show that's going to be taking place at the end of March. So we're super excited. Very wonderful, wonderful show. You're going to meet a great diverse amount of people that are just fantastic to hang out with.
Okay, so a little personal. Sorry, I feel like I'm like hijacking the combo a little
No,
bit,
this
but
is good.
I'm like excited. What's for dinner tonight? Because we all know, if you follow, if you guys follow Tony, he's always like scheming up something in the kitchen.
Absolutely. I felt tonight it would be a good dish to make. It's an older dish that my original father would make, but he'd make it with like blue crab. For everybody that knows blue crab, we used to get them out of the canals when we were kids, down in Florida. And he would make this dish, and it would just be a crab dish or a crab sauce. So that's, family recipe's been around for a bit, but it's all organic. It's all very, very good. So lobster sauce is what's on the plate for tonight.
Nice.
Yes, it's going to be wonderful.
I'm
and
excited.
It's just about right for a good dish. A little red wine, a little lobster sauce, a little 5-grain Italian bread, and we got a couple other things in there for dessert.
What's for dessert? Oh my gosh.
It's a surprise. It's a total surprise.
No surprise?
Yes, it's a total surprise. I think you guys are going to dig it.
My favorite dessert that I've had with you so far has been that freaking hot cake that came out of the oven.
Where was that?
The ice cream.
Where was that at?
We were at, tell me like 2 of your top favorite restaurants.
Oh my
this
God.
one was after a match.
It's after a match.
I've been there 2
Oh shit!
times.
I know what you're talking about. It's the Chop House 47.
Yep. Yes. What is that dessert?
Yeah. That was that. They had some kind of like hot lava freaking bullshit cake. They're famous for 2. They have that one, and then of course the Chop House 47's famous butter cake, which is unbelievable.
It was the butter cake.
Yes, it was so good with the ice cream and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. I take a couple of my guys there. I mean, last time it was Danny and Dalton. They freaking ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
Normally I have a bite and it's just like, I'm done. I'm out.
I said, I
out.
want my own fucking cake.
Exactly. Your own fucking butter
and
cake.
I literally crushed it.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was that was the Pro-Am one that we shot.
We've been there.
Yeah.
I want to say like you've brought the crew there a couple times. Because
Absolutely.
I knew right when we walked in, I'm like, I'm going to have that dessert, please.
Super good stuff. That was a great memory. That was really good time.
Yeah.
That was a really good time.
I love
Absolutely.
that. Well, I'm excited for dinner tonight.
Yes, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I think I didn't make it. I ran busy today, and it was just high strung, and everybody's like, "Did you eat?" It's just like I've been picking on little shit because it's snack day at Microtech, and it's all the stuff I don't like to eat, So it was just like I was starving to death and didn't have a chance. So it's just like, okay, I'm gonna maybe a little fruit. Maybe there's one cracker. All right, that looks a little sweet. Maybe I'll just a corner.
Yeah. You saved it up for tonight.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to tell a funny story because I was sitting down. This might be a little like inappropriate, but it's kind of funny.
It's okay. Let's go.
So yeah, sat down in my chair, like came down because we've been working all day today. So it's been a long, we're like going on 12-hour
At least,
day.
I know.
So sit down in my chair, and one of his amazing crew, he was like, Jamie, you have a little white cream on your leg. I was like, what? So I'm rubbing in the cream. I'm like, shit, it was the little lotion because I've been, wearing pants and then, switching. So, and your other crew member is like, wait, what did he say you have on your leg? And I'm like, never mind.
It's okay.
It was just a little white, like cream. And it reminded me of a story. So,
okay.
Modeling, we like sometimes, we'll lotion our legs before a shoot, whatever. And I typically will always have like a little cream behind my legs because for some reason just don't rub it in back there. So we are shooting one day and I'm with another model. Same thing. She's got white on her leg. And the guy goes, oh my gosh, you forgot to rub in your lotion. And he grabs the back of her leg and rubs it. And she looks at me and she's like, kill me now. That's not lotion.
Oh my goodness.
So I was like, what is on your leg? And she's like, oh, stop, just stop.
Oh my
so
goodness.
Anyway, they were like, why do you keep laughing? Like, it wasn't that funny. You had lotion on your legs. So it reminded me of that story. So Sarah, I'm talking about you.
Oh my goodness.
Anytime I forget to rub in the lotion, I always
You think of that story?
I think of Sarah. So that's like my little funny story for the day. Do you have any funny stories that you can share?
Do I have any fun?
I know you got a ton of funny stories, Tony.
Oh my God, a couple funny stories. All right, I'm going to tell you this one cool one. Okay. So I went to, this is the only funny story I could remember. So I'm going to go with this one here. So, one of my friends, he works at the shop. His name's Danny. He's awesome. He's like, hey man, let's go do something in Charlotte. I was like, you know what? Why not? We'll go do something in Charlotte.
Oh my God.
We'll go shopping. We'll go do whatever. We're going to dress up. We're going to look good. Danny landed up a great JW Marriott because he used to be one of those Marriott managers and stuff. Great hotel. It's like, okay, we're going shopping. We're gonna go out to the South Park. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna buy shit. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna spend money. We're gonna be gangstered out. So we dress up. We go to the fucking mall dressed up nice. And it's like, okay, we're at the mall. We're going to the stores. We're doing whatever. I buy some stuff, buy some cool shit. And that's like, we're gonna go in the Louis Vuitton store. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to go into Louis Vuitton. I get up there. They're like, because I know these guys at this one Charlotte place. We spent a lot of time, spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they know me. Of course, they don't let me cut in line, but they're like, hey, Mr. Marfione, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, we're going to assign you to this one chick.
Yeah.
So I go through the store. I'm picking out stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Perfect. I like that one. This one here, not that one. Then I'm smelling fucking perfumes. Okay, I'm smelling perfumes because I'm buying a gift for somebody that would love this perfume. And I'm smelling the thing. This fucking guy comes up to me and he's like spastic. He's like, sir, you need to put on your mask. I'm like, dude, I'll put my mask on when I get finished sniffing these fucking perfumes. And he walks away. He's one of the staff there. I'm like, who is this freaking Dadru? I'm like, this guy just asked me. It's just like, I can't smell the fucking perfume through the mask.
Yeah.
You just can't. It's not going to smell right. It's like I lifted my thing and he's like, he got right in my shit. Luckily, he was like one of the staff because this is somebody you just throw across the room. But that was kind of the funny. It gets better though. So we're like cool and we're walking around. We're buying stuff. We're getting ready to check out and we're like up there and she's like, oh, okay, pay cash, a little whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're counting out some money, and putting on the table. She gets out her gloves. She slicks them on. I was like, I get it, man. It's dirty. Even if there wasn't a COVID, I'm the same way. This shit skeeves me out,
Yeah.
So we're cashing everything. She's putting in the bag. She's counting out the money, and I'm good. Hey, thank you so much. We'll see you again. Every blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, here's some freaking hand sanitizer. I go to squish that on there. Fucking strips me from my belly button all the way up to my cheek. And I'm like,
Cool guy.
Yeah, cool guy, great, and got this freaking schmaz from my top to my bottom. And, you know, even the lady behind the counter, she doesn't even want to try to laugh, but she's like, should you just laugh her ass off? I'm so embarrassed at this point, but it's so freaking funny.
It was like
it's just
a
like because we were
shot.
trying to be like these fucking badass dudes in the shop and so cool and looking good. Luckily, it was just like hand sanitizer and it dried up kind of, sort of, and then came off. But yeah, it was just that's a funny story that we could share. So just it was a good time, a good day. But it just like humbled me up when I hit that damn hand sanitizer and it just squirted everywhere.
It shot you.
Yeah, it shot me.
Cool.
Funny story.
Speaking of shooting, what is this little toy you have right here?
Well, you know, I figured, you know, to even create a little bit more theatrics and a little bit of information into what we're doing, we'll host maybe a different firearm each time or an exotic and share a little bit of history. Anyway, this is an MP5 A2 HK and MP5 A2 SD. So,
okay.
Yeah, MP5 SD A2. Beautiful, 9mm. It's probably early 80s vintage on this one here. It's one of the guns I spend a lot of time on. And it's fun because it's suppressed. And it's a hoot of a trip. But this is an original one, not a conversion. And
so no modifications?
No modifications, yeah. Original
gun.
And
then...
it's clear.
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 Bad boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a little heavy. But
Got a little weight to it in the...
and then does this one shoot?
Yeah, it'll shoot, semi-automatic 3-shot burst, and then of course, straight, full auto burst or whatever. It's got an ambi pack on it. This one is in pristine condition. It's a pre-86 pre-sample, and it's about as good as it gets. It's one of my favorites.
It's very nice.
Fun gun.
And then, whose suppressor is this?
This would be from HK.
Okay. So they made their own suppressors?
They made their own suppressor on those particular units. And
do you mind?
No, go ahead. Take it off. It'll detach from the gun. The MP5 SD is an integrally suppressed. The barrel's ported. It'll slow down most of your high-velocity rounds down to what they consider to be subsonic, or at least less than a 1050. So no ballistic crack.
Yeah. You make a pretty badass suppressor yourself.
I think so. For that technology, you bet your ass it is, because it's I can't remember the actual, vintage when they first came out with these, but I believe it's probably, could be even late 60s to early 70s when they came out with these models. Don't quote me, and people don't judge me if I'm off on that timeline. I know when this one was made because I have the paperwork and I understand the understand where this one came from. So this one's going to be very early 80s on this one here on the MP5.
What is your favorite firearm? I'm struggling. I need to get in the gym.
A lot of people have often asked what that is, and I have a bunch of favorites depending, but I'm gonna call it this particular one, the first one coming out the gate. So it is my favorite. It would be my go-to. It's kind of like my mistress. So that's my hottie. Yeah.
I love it. It's pretty badass. Can I shoot that in March?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to hold you
If not this actual one, I have another one. So that's one that we can shoot. But you will shoot this. You will shoot this platform.
I'm going to shoot it.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I think you'll enjoy this one. It's extremely effective.
All right.
For what it is. Yes.
I have a quick question too. Just curious. Okay. What is your go-to for your home defense?
Home defense. Depends if I'm sleeping on the couch or actually in my room.
The only reason why I ask is because mine happens to be an HK.
That's
so
right.
I sleep with my HK, locked and loaded, ready to go.
Yeah, if you got to say it's one of the, the home defense when I'm, if I'm sleeping in my room, it's going to be a very simple, Glock 19.
Okay.
So it does have, I forgot the actual light on it, but it has a light and a laser. But the light is just very handy. Tritium night sights. Very simple for me. If I'm in the room, it'll be that. Mine's or it'll be a AR-15A2 from Colt. Yep. I love the old school stuff.
Yeah.
So I love the high speed, but an old government carbine, a 6933 or something like that. That's been by my bedside for as long as I can remember. As far as go-to rifle and pistol, those are my two for the house. Yeah. They're effective and they work. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm HK VP9.
Oh,
So same thing, light, and then I
Yes.
have my night sights on it.
As a matter of
as well.
fact, for any of the sniper competitions that Ray and I'll shoot, the VP9 is our choice.
Okay.
Is what I use in my tactical competitions.
Did you redo your trigger?
I did, just
Or did you
slightly,
leave it?
and it's okay. If it's a little bit more raspy, it's fine. The HKs have a pretty decent trigger to begin with anyway.
Yes.
But we'll do the stippling, we'll do the new finishes on
Mm-hmm.
them. But if I'm shooting a tactical competition, VP9 is always going to be my choice.
I love my
And,
VP9. I
even
feel
the
like the trigger is a little squishy.
Maybe a little squishy, but I think there's some options out there. But I keep it as close to stock as possible, with the exception of the stippling and the finish. But the last competition that Ray and I shot, we both shot VP9s, and we took the Snipers Unknown, for a third place.
I love
which
that.
we'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We won it. Did I say 2018? But it was just this year. 2018, we won first place of Snipers
Okay.
Unknown. So correct me on that one there. We were very fortunate. We trained so hard for that event.
Yeah.
Of course, we had the COVID shit, and then we had another blip where we came in kind of really bad. It was just a bad match for me in general. But this last one, it was very challenging. But I think the bit of training that we were getting and the dedication, I love working with Ray, but VP9 was our sidearm for that, and we smoked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my
We're
VP9.
happy. VP9's awesome.
Cool. My comp pistol, I of course have a flat trigger, and it's, I want to say, about a 1.9.
That's like
So yeah, I'm like, ta-da, ta-da. So when I pick up my home defense, practicing with it's important because you get used to that trigger, and then switching.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And some of the other competitions I have, I shoot a 2011, and I shoot an Akai, which is kind of cool. And I just recently got an Atlas, and I want to give it a
Oh my gosh!
I want to give it a whirl.
Wait, which Atlas did you get?
I think it's well, you're gonna have to forgive me because I don't know all the models off the top of my head. But if
did Joe get it for you?
Joe got it for us.
Okay,
yeah,
so
we got two of them. Yeah, we got one
did
for
Ray
Ray.
get one?
Ray got one as well.
God, I'm so
Typically,
jealous.
I know
Have you
Ray
shot
and
it yet?
I haven't shot it. Ray shot his, and he said it's the fucking bomb.
Yeah.
And coming from Ray Helms, that's a big deal.
Ray's awesome.
Yeah, Ray is he is the ninja in the real world. But he shot his, said it was great. I haven't had a chance to shoot mine, but I do look forward to it. It's extremely well made. I did get an opportunity to take a look at the machining, and the machining, at least on the two pistols that we received, were absolutely bar none. So the coating, the finish, everything on it is what I would expect of a pistol of that caliber and price.
Yeah.
So definitely when you get a chance before
I have
you
the
go,
Athena, so I wonder if you got the Artemis.
It's got to be the Artemis, but
is it 9mm or 40?
It's 9mm.
Okay, mine's 40, and I got.
We'll take a look at it. Like I said, I should know that off the top of my head, but I've been everywhere that you can be. I mean, between guns and everything else since I've received it. But I do look forward to spending some time on it. We'll take a look at it. I think it's definitely one to investigate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'm excited to check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was
right,
the little ding ding ding.
Absolutely. But anyway, I'm starting to get hungry. How about you?
I'm starving.
We should go and eat some good
dinner ready?
food. Dinner is ready, at least within a few moments.
Okay,
So
let's do it.
let's go eat.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You're
And
awesome.
congratulations on your first podcast. How exciting.
So everybody, please stay tuned if you get an opportunity. Again, we are very, very happy, and we thank you, Jamie, for coming on our show and coming here as a friend and working with us in the shop. So thank you for all your help, and we look forward to getting you back. So everybody stay tuned for another episode of the podcast, or however, excuse me. Have a good night.